You are a 33-year-old man that found your Game Boy slotted with Pokémon Red. It's like returning to your childhood, except with a bit more emotional damage. You're a 10-year-old boy that was sent off into the woods with $50 and a lizard. A man in a lab coat that hangs out with your mom told you to. Your name this time is Hussy. You are the everyman. Unwittingly, you arrive at Pewter City and beat the first gym with a team comprised of 70% rodents and bugs. The world is open. You're feeling good. You continue your OSHA unapproved fieldwork. You make your way east and take money from the 13 children loitering near a cave, which is unfortunately the next obstacle you're obligated to face. The childhood memories flood in from this exact moment 25 years ago. You're in the back seat of the family car, screeching at the Zubat you encounter every other step, trying to find the correct ladder to climb. You ask yourself why grass is good against water. Your rival then shows up on Nugget Bridge with a new haircut and a Pidgeotto that looks like it was raised in a vape shop. You barely scrape by with your Charmeleon. He became your MVP through sheer desperation and having 4 damage-dealing moves in his arsenal. Your rival loses and says, "Smell you later." You contemplate snapping your game cartridge in half. As you proceed deeper into the game, your party grows stronger. You catch a Gyarados and name it PTO. After conquering Cerulean's nation-state leader, you make your way to Vermilion through the back rooms, because Border Patrol didn't stay hydrated. Vermilion offers nice slice-of-life entertainment. It's peaceful. Part of you tells yourself to release all of your Pokemon, settle down, maybe start a family, but that silly thought is swiftly eclipsed by the hunger of power. You run through Diglett Tunnel, a rendezvous to your old stomping grounds. Half of you feels character nostalgia, while the other half tells you you're now better than this place. Upon your return to Vermilion, you jump on the cruise ship with your free ticket thanks to the eugenics guy, and proceed to slaughter everyone, including the crew. No one is safe, even when locked in their own rooms. You thrash your rival, rub a man's back, then find yourself at the 3rd gym. You can hear the cries of the overworked developers loudest here. 14-hour shifts, disgustingly massive backlog, delusional, fresh out of creative juices. Boss, we've completed the electric-type gym puzzle. The player will rifle through dumpsters and search for disappearing buttons. The only thing now left to do here is speak with the Pokemon Glazing Club, endure a deeply concerning 3-minute monologue about how a horse is attractive, and somehow walk away with a free bicycle. You can now backtrack to proceed with the game. As you pass by Cerulean, you scoff, and you make your way to the next cave. Lavender Town. You've learned to succeed Rock Tunnel correctly now, rather than embracing darkness and praying to gods you didn't know existed, because Flash was a concept that was incomprehensible to your child brain. You're now rewarded with binaural beats and a sense of existential dread. You encounter your rival hanging out in the crypt. No typical greeting this time, just, "What are you doing here? Your Pokemon don't look dead." Swiftly ignoring the part where a child said that to you in a graveyard, you mash A and fire his team into the sun. Respectfully, though, we're in a place of mourning. You continue battling various children, gambling addicts, and an Italian for money. A critical hit here, careless switch there, and suddenly, you're holding a funeral in your PC box for your Beedrill. "I'm sorry, Brian," you whisper. After a little bit of gambling in Celadon and firebombing the grass gym to take the edge off, you're suddenly on the Autobahn fighting the Sons of Anarchy. Fuchsia sickens you. What sick puppy conceptualized this hellscape? Your true mission is to get the hell away from here as fast as you possibly can. You return a grown man's teeth and are rewarded with the strength of 5 men and the ability to walk on water. You make your way to Saffron, 10 out of 10 times choosing to cycle back up the 85-degree hill rather than head east, where the idea of purgatory starts to sound fun. Silphco time. It's under siege because they made a device that catches other people's Pokemon, and apparently no one thought that might be a problem. You fight Giovanni again and save capitalism. You are rewarded with the device that catches other people's Pokemon. You are 10. Next door sits the Fighting Dojo, an unaccredited great value Pokemon gym. The owner hands you a Hitmonlee and tells you to never return. You then recall grinding your teeth 25 years ago and taking 3 days trying to solve the Psychic Gym puzzle. This time, it only takes you 3 days. With Sabrina defeated, it's time to surf. However, returning to Fuchsia, even briefly, would cause irreversible psychological damage. You were willing to pass over a mythical creature to avoid seeing that place again. Instead, you travel south from Pallet Town like a civilized person and arrive at Cinnabar Island. Cinnabar greets you with a false sense of normalcy. Boy, I sure hope the gym key isn't maintained inside a burned-down genetics lab. You wander through the rubble, no hazmat suit, skimming the sickening manifestos that could make a grown man cry. You emerge with both the gym key and black lung. All that's left to do here is face the Cinnabar Gym and its infamous Pokemon quiz puzzle. Do you like Pokemon? No. You slowly pivot towards the trainer, eyes glazed over, and tell him you've wrestled rats in caves. You deliberately throw out your weakest, type-disadvantaged Pokemon just to feel something. Blaine then gives you the red badge of courage or something. You then stroll into the Viridian Gym, where the theme is a lot of people. You catch eyes with none other than Giovanni. Surprised to see me? He asks, all zesty. No, or maybe yes, I guess. It's the third time today. He chuckles and says some cringy garbage like power and completion and understanding the magnitude of this moment. 30 seconds later, he leans in and mutters, "Life is fleeting, and so are evil organizations." You feel your hairline recede from this conversation. As you head west towards the Pokemon League, your sweaty rival accosts you. He twitches and mutters something incomprehensible about being a real man now. You keep walking. Victory Road awaits. A series of TSA agents let you pass through if you have enough enamel pins. You're reluctantly in yet another cave, doing puzzles with boulders and being ambushed by trainers saying things that, on their own, would have constituted a lobotomy 70 years ago. The Elite Four now awaits. The place where each member has the energy of someone who has not spoken to another adult in several years. And just like that, you're off. You approach the first member. Ice types. There is no further explanation. You win and get some unsolicited advice. Next up, Bruno. He's like Brock, but someone kept feeding him. He asks if you've been lifting. You weren't. You're 10. You fight and win through a combination of type advantage and basic literacy. You step into the next room. The theme is old. Your Slowbro, Eric, is now simultaneously poisoned, confused, and paralyzed, both wondering how he ended up here and reconsidering his purpose in life. Your Game Boy screams. Last up for the 4 is Lance. Basically Vegeta, but if he shopped exclusively at Spirit Halloween and was a little too into Beyblade. His strategy is elegant and precise. Yours? Better. Self-sacrifice, endless resurrection, eternal suffering masked as eternal life. Lance congratulates you, shaking your hand with his polyester gloves. You high-five your Hypno that died 6 times. Finally, you approach the last obstacle, your rival, the champion. The room is trying way too hard to be epic. He got here just before you. He looks unwell. That's fine. Each time he throws out a fresh Pokemon, he squeals at the top of his lungs, sputtering like a toddler. You power through, tossing your cannon fodder team into the fray with perfect efficiency. It's over. Your rival convulses on the ground while the professor walks in and tells him that you're his new grandson now. You're then escorted to a very exciting room where Professor Oak tags your Pokémon and thanks you for your service. You power off your Game Boy.